Hello, everybody. Good morning. I'm Carla Rockmore, and I'm back at the most fabulous townhouse Kate Spade, New York has put together. And I am with the phenomenal Latonya Yvette.
Hi.
And we are learning about the art of letter writing. It's a complete lost art. I've lost it. I probably never had it.
You probably had it.
Right?
Yeah.
But there was this little tidbit that I picked up yesterday about letter writing in the Victorian era.
Okay.
And I thought it was so interesting because way back when, women were sort of put in a little box.
Yeah.
They weren't allowed to express themselves
Yeah.
as we do today. And letter writing became a way for women to sit inside themselves and focus on themselves and express.
I love that.
Right?
Yes, I love that. We still do it.
We still do it? Is that what letter writing is all about?
That's what letter writing is all about.
Do tell.
I mean, it's the most intentional, one of the most intentional acts you can do. I kind of like compare it to meditating, right? Just because you have to create the space. And it's so intentional, and it's not just what you write, it's actually the space that you create when you do write. And so that is one of the first steps of letter writing.
And the time.
Yes.
Like you need to actually take the time to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
But I think that's like, you know, that's a circular point.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that by taking the time, you're doing something special for somebody.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You're being grateful to them for something.
Yes.
So, do you have to start with an outline? Because I always, like on my birthday cards, it's chicken scratch by the end. I've always...
Yeah. You don't have to start with an outline, and I do not judge going over. I mean, my mom would write like these long cards, and they would be flipped over, and it would be like turn over. So like that's not bad at all. There's no bad letter writing, but when I like to sort of like get to the meat of what I'm trying to say, or what I'm trying to feel, or what I want that person to feel, I like to stick to just 3 small sort of notes or steps. And the first one is just like acknowledging like the day or the season, or, you know, I'm on a bench writing you today, or it's a beautiful, you know, spring day, it's April 2nd, you know, that's number 1. And number 2 is the meat. And I think that's all about the connection. And that's actually sort of the, whatever you sort of are pulling in. And third is the acknowledgement and gratitude, and just a fine line. And so and that's could be, I love you, or I care about you.
Yes.
Or you feel close to me, or whatever whatever that is. And so if you hit those 3 points, you're pretty good. You're pretty gold. And you can also go over. There's there are no rules.
And there's also the nonverbal bits, which I love, which are the gorgeous stationery that you can choose for yourself.
That's amazing. But also, I love stationery.
Yes.
But it's actually the act of looking at someone's writing in their hands, and and like what their sort of R's are doing, or what their, you know, P's look like. And we don't actually get to experience that often, and we don't get to humanize people that often. So I think that's also the connection of letter writing, is that you get to humanize the sender in a different way.
That's giving me anxiety because I have the worst handwriting skills, to tell you the truth. But that's okay.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the thought that counts.
That's exactly
and
right.
let them read the chicken strap.
Yes, and they'll be like, you know what? That's Carla's handwriting. Amazing.
And I put it out there,
and
I was thankful for whatever they have done.
Yes.
So that's what's important.
And they're thankful back, and they're, you know, it's just a level of reciprocity.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. In fact, talking about level of reciprocity, my kids, when I was still making them lunches, which I don't do
soften
anymore,
them up.
I used to put little sticky notes in the lunchbox.
Oh, I love that.
That would say, you know, have a great day, or you're a great kid, or whatever it was. And then inevitably, when they came home from school, they'd always be like, "Mommy, I liked your note." And if I forgot,
oh my gosh,
it was a horrible day.
Yes.
If I forgot.
Oh my gosh, I know. I like.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I was thinking that, you know, I wrote my kids' lunchbox notes for forever, and then my son actually recently asked me, "Where are my lunchbox notes?" Like you did. I was like, actually forgot about those being a thing. And I started writing them on napkins. But it's because he started writing me letters. And then they kind of filled in. And so I'm like, thank you for the letter you wrote me. Because he's also sort of the new writer in the house who kind of just
Latonya, that is the sweetest.
Writes everything.
That is the sweetest
writes everything.
Ever. Do you have anything to show?
Yes. So actually, I have a letter that I brought today, and it's funny because it wasn't to me, but it was about me, and he wrote it in school on a random day, and then after school, when I picked him up, he pulled it out of his little book and was like, someone that is in my life that I feel inspired by is my mom. She inspires me to keep writing and being a writer, no matter how many books. He's just like repeating the same sentence.
But that's okay.
But it's so beautiful. And then he ripped it out. He put his name, he put the date, and he put it on my desk. And he was like, I think you should have this at your desk, And it was like, it really wasn't for me. It was about, for his schoolwork, but it was about me. And it's like, again, this is another version of a gratitude letter, and I want to keep it forever.
So this is huge.
This is big.
And this should be laminated.
Yes, exactly.
Because my kid once wrote, it was a school thing.
Yeah.
And they had to write a letter about their mom.
Yeah.
And my mom's a doctor, my mom's a lawyer, my mom's a business person. My mom puts on makeup. Is the letter that I got.
Yeah.
Let's write a letter.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. I am going to try and write a letter.
Okay.
To a little fluffy Shih Tzu called Olive.
Okay.
My favorite new baby.
I love that.
And I'm going to write this letter, and I'm going to say something like, "Dear Olive."
Yes.
Please don't be afraid of the UPS truck.
You'll be okay.
Will I? I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But she'll be a mess.
She'll be a mess.
Right?
Yes, I love that.
I think at the end of the day, the poor thing has some issues when it comes to anxiety.
Yeah, yes.
And if she could only read,
yeah,
then we would be able to
yes,
at least calm her nerves a little bit.
Exactly.
When it comes to
we have two cats at home that I would write a letter to. One would say, "Don't scratch up everything that I bring home that is new." Oh. But also, the other one, keep cuddling us at night. They're brothers, so
please keep them away from your shoes.
Yeah, please
That's
keep
all
them.
I'm saying.
Yeah, or just don't touch the new rug.
I mean, seriously. How about letters in terms of something a little more, if somebody's unwell or sympathy? Is there a particular way that you should approach that?
I think, it's so simple. It's just acknowledging that they actually may not be fine. And I think a lot of people don't. Yesterday, when I was here, I practiced just saying "Oh, you're doing okay," right? Mm-hmm. And that was for me to be reminded that I was doing okay, and that is the gratitude that I needed. Right. And I think we can send it to other people. I was thinking that's what I want to project into someone else who I think may be struggling with something, or maybe feeling unwell. It's just acknowledging that and not saying you'll get through this. That's not what people want to hear.
Right.
They actually a lot of times want to
just want to hear that you understand
and you see them.
Right.
Because that's also what letter writing is, that intentional sort of feeling and connection. It's actually I see you.
I have to tell you, I wrote my last letter to my neighbor. I was locked out of the house when I first moved to Dallas. It was hot.
Yes.
I had never experienced heat like this in my life, and I was locked out of the house.
Oh gosh.
And he came and jiggered the lock and opened the door for me.
Oh my gosh.
And I wrote him a letter of gratitude.
So nice. Oh, that's so nice.
Yes. I added some yellow and orange jelly beans.
Oh gosh.
And tied it to the letter because it just
But anything like that is sweet.
Oh, we're best friends now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Friends.
And it probably has that tucked into somewhere. It's
yes.
Yes,
I hope so. I don't know. But since then, we've been inviting each other to all our barbecues.
That's
and,
wonderful.
That kind of thing.
It goes a long way. And I think that's the thing that people often don't see, is that it really does go a long way. A little bit goes a long way for yourself, for the people who receive it, and for even the kids or the teenagers in your life who actually see that as a practice. And I think one of the things I always like to say is writing or letter writing or anything is just a practice, and you just continue to do it. And sometimes we we don't do it enough, and sometimes we pick it up in different seasons. And so as we sort of are celebrating different things, we can also just make sure we kick it back up.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's so much more personable.
Yes.
than an email.
Yeah, because an email you can do any second of the day, and it
Right.
doesn't take that practicing, you know. So
What about the stress
Yes.
of letter writing after you've had a party,
oh my gosh,
a large one,
oh gosh,
and you have to
oh gosh,
write all these thank you notes?
okay.
How do you do that?
So I'm going to be honest with you that I actually am not that great with that.
Right.
There's certain things, again, I like let it off the hook. I let it off the hook.
So, and for me, I just need to do it
Yeah.
because it's always, I won't sleep.
Yeah,
And I
okay.
do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Olive's letter
Okay, go, do it.
into
Yes.
the mailbox over here, the fabulous leopard printed mailbox.
Yes.
And I think we've got some questions from the audience,
Yes, let's
if
take
I'm
them.
right.
Yes, let's take them. I'm excited.
Yay.
So Latonya, one
Yes.
of our viewers wants to know, how do I write a gratitude letter for someone I may not know very well?
I think when you write a gratitude letter for someone you may not know very well, it's also an important opportunity to ask important questions of them. You know, you can say, start it off by acknowledging the fact that you're thinking of them, but also just literally ask them whatever that you want to know about them. Or I think that also the thing is with letter writing, there's a back and forth, right? And then let them answer it. And so I don't mind or don't think that you shouldn't be asking questions in a gratitude letter.
Makes sense.
Asking questions is gratitude. Like, you want to know more.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Awesome. And if you receive a letter of gratitude or a thank you letter, are you supposed to send another letter in response?
I mean, you don't have to. Again, I'm not a rule book person. You don't have to at all. I think you can just receive it and just kind of take it to heart. You don't have to. It's up to you.
Maybe maybe a call.
A call. I was just gonna say, you can call them. Like, I got your note. Yeah.
Yeah, just, you know, thanks, honey, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I mean, you can't do that little thumbs up text.
Yes, exactly, exactly. I also like the fact that there is just no rule, like a little bit of no rules to like write, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when a text, you're like, oh, this person never responded to this text. I don't think it's the same for like a thank you note or
Right.
a gratitude letter. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's not the same.
No, it's a more thoughtful thing,
Yes.
so they're not on you.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
It doesn't come with that pressure system,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So there's
Right.
that, yeah.
And that's actually beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it takes the pressure off. I mean,
Yeah.
the texting is just like,
Because also you have to wait for the mail.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and so a
like
lot
that.
of it is about processing.
Yeah. And how about the mailman?
I love the mailman.
I get used
But also I love dropping things in the mail, like what you just did. I was like, yesterday I was telling people, I was like, half the fun is putting it in the mailbox.
Oh,
like
yes.
half the fun is
The
actually
clink.
like the clink and being like,
The
yeah,
satisfied,
yeah,
I've done it.
I've done it, and it's going to reach them somehow, some way.
Let's get another question.
Yes.
All right. What's the best way to write a note to thank someone for shopping at your home-based business?
What's the best way to write a note to thank someone for shopping at your home-based business? If the business can send like a tiny little gift, I think that's totally fine. But I've shopped at places and they've given me a really long like postcard letter with it, and like let me know the impact of just shopping there, and that's made me feel so good. And having it at the top of, I think, just a postcard with the gift is super easy.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
we have one more question.
Okay.
This viewer said, I never know how to sign off in a formal letter, like to my boss or my distant acquaintances. Do you have any tips on how to sign off when finishing a letter?
So lately I've been using Warmly, or
I've been using Best.
yeah.
I like Best.
I like Best because Best is more formal too.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like Warmly is the place in the middle where you're trying to be personal, but you're also trying to be a little bit professional. So I think no XOs or anything like that.
No, I do the XOs with my
Well,
kids.
that's fine. Yeah.
And I do the love your crazy wife
Yeah.
to my husband.
Yes, yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah,
it's
Best. Yeah, yeah. Best or Warmly, I think I like that. Or yeah. That's it.
We are so happy to have Latonya
Yes.
Yvette here, fabulous author, to teach us
Yes.
all about letter writing. And thank you all for joining us
Yeah.
on this phenomenal day
So nice.
in the amazing 214 Lafayette, where Kate Spade New York has given us a fully interactive space to play. So today, come on down
Yes.
and learn how to write your own letter.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I'll be giving these tips all day.
Will you be giving handwriting tips? Because I need that too.
No, but letting you know you're okay no matter what.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Yes,
Have a
thank
great
you.
morning.
Have a great morning. Bye.